Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Language Facilitation Energy Focus. My name is Marci Melzer, and I'm an intuitive speech language pathologist and language facilitation coach and consultant with wavesofcommunication.com. And today I am here with obviously a very exciting or big energy focus. Today is the new moon, and today's topic we're going to be talking about the energy is holding space for progress. So how we're going to approach this video today, like all of my energy focus videos, is I'm going to be providing three sort of angles to help us work with the energy. The first is we're going to talk a little bit about the astrology of what's going on. Second, I'm going to share the top 3 videos from the Waves of Communication platform to watch this week. And finally, I'm going to share one of my language facilitation inspiration cards with you. And then after this video is over and we finish it up, I'm going to be coming to you with intuitive card reading after this video, where I'm going to be pulling messages specifically about your worries. So you're welcome to join me after this video on the next one, either live or on the replay, to get those intuitive messages potentially about the things that you're worrying about in life. And obviously, we all are worried about Ukraine right now, sending out all the best energy to everyone involved in the conflict. Even if you're not involved in the conflict, the energy's radiating out around the world. And here on the Waves of Communication platform, we are holding space in solidarity for progress. I know that forward progress requires breakdown of current systems, and a lot of times it's not very nice. It's a very messy process, and war is the ultimate of messy process. The good news is that there seems to be a lot of really good positive energy that's coming up around this situation. And so hopefully we're going to have a good outcome at the end. But in the meantime, we have a process that is the part of progress that's going on. So what I want to remind you first about the astrology is, like I said, we've got this big full moon going on right now. Let me find the graphic that I have about that. And this new moon in Pisces energy that we've got experiencing right about now, it's going to be happening in any moment as I'm making this video. The planets that are aligned, just the sun and the moon, are always aligned on a new moon, and the new moon is recharging at the new moon stage. The moon is recharging by the sun and the other planets that are around it, and this particular new moon has the additional boost and expansion energy of Jupiter that's lined right up with it. So we've got this amazing new moon in Pisces, which is really big in feelings. So your feelings about everything could be really expanded right now. And then the other thing that's going on at the same time is that also in Aquarius, we've got, right there, the sign next door, the big air sign that's all about communication. Mercury's right there where it likes to be, lining up with Saturn, which is about, for my platform, where Saturn is in your life. If you're working on facilitating forward progress as far as development of foundational spoken language, where Saturn is in your chart and in your child's chart is going to be really important. And right now, for everyone, Mercury's sitting right on top of it. So what that means is that, remember, the sun is lighting up the moon. It's recharging the moon. It's lighting the way, because at the same time, we've got this Saturn and Mercury conjunction opening the door for communication. So you could have some breakthroughs as a result of this new moon on your language facilitation journey, just because of the planetary alignment. And regardless of all the other things that are going on in your life, if you feel like it might happen, or your child's sort of ready for it to go, this is the energy that is ripe for that. This is the time to be seeing some of the results from your work. I'm getting feedback from families. They're saying that their kids are starting to come out with more words. Now, it might be messy. at this stage because this is the first words that are coming out. But it's the signs. We're starting to see the signs of forward progress. We know what works, we know what doesn't work, and we're moving forward with it with this planetary energy. All right, let's get into the next aspect of this, where we're going to talk about, in this section, the top 3 videos that I have from the language facilitation platform, the Waves of Communication platform, for you to talk about this energy of change and revolution. Like, we're in these revolutionary times where people are really fighting for their freedoms and their situations, and fighting doesn't help. What really is going to turn out to be, what they're trying to do to stop this action going on overseas, and what you can do in your world where you might feel the escalation of conflict, if you feel this at all, is this video right here, where we talk about 5 tips for successful negotiation with late talking kids. Because remember, if you're feeling like, I really want to be seeing forward movement right now and progress start to happen, your late talkers also feeling that same energy. They want to see progress with whatever they're motivated to develop. And on the Waves of Communication platform, we're motivating them to develop their own speech. So it's expanding. The ideas are coming. The opportunity is ripe for you to do that. And your late talker may be bringing their ideas to the table. I really want to start talking about this, and I want to talk about this, and I want to learn in this way, and I want to move more. I want to use music more. They're bringing their own flavor to what's going on to the table. This is the time for you to negotiate, involving what they love into what you need to teach, to motivate them to learn what you need them to learn, as well as what they want to learn. That's what negotiation is. That's where creating win-win situations. That's what this energy is ripe for. And practically in your real world, you're finding these situations that you're working out, bedtimes and tech times, and how many times you can have snacks or go out, or when you can or can't, and all of these things. You're working those things out in your plans. These negotiations is all part of communication, and the strategies on that video will help you. Okay, the next video that I have for you in the top 3 for the week is this one, which talks about prompt dependence and prompt avoidance, which are the 2 biggest blockages to natural spoken language. And the links, of course, for these videos are all in the description box below. And in that video, you're going to understand, because I describe both prompt dependence and prompt avoidance, and you'll see the characteristics of those things. And if your late talker falls into those categories, they could be stuck. Both of those patterns, dependence and avoidance, are patterns of behavior that are disconnecting. They're obsessing on what they want, and they're in their own head and in their own mind. I want you to do what I want, no matter what. I don't care how you process it. Figure it out and give me what I want, right? That's prompt dependence. I need you to guide me. I need you to show me. I need you to do it for me. I need you to help me. I won't do it without you. I can't initiate without you, right? That's what happens when kids get volatile. They become stuck, or they're avoidant. Everything you try to get them to do or ask them to do or whatever, they're out, they're gone, they're done, right? So both of those are dichotic situations that create stagnancy, that create a blockage, and you can learn how to work through them with that video. Okay, and then this next video is a video to help you. It's 7 tips to correct the most common language facilitation mistakes. And I decided to share this video today because it is when parents freak out, when you start to get worried, when you start to see some new speech emerging and it doesn't look like you expected. It's never gonna look like you expected, just as a, disclaimer. It's not going to look like you expect, because you eliminate your expectations as a language facilitator parent. That's one of the tips, as a sort of spoiler alert in that video. And what it does is it reminds you, because these mistakes, you don't do them on purpose. They slide in as mindset blockages that cause you to take action that's unconscious. And that's why they're just mistakes. And the best thing about mistakes is when you realize that you're doing something that's not helping your progress, even though you thought it would be. You don't even know why you thought it would be, but you didn't know why. That's unconscious action. Conscious action requires you to know why you're doing what you're doing. Know how much, how fast, how slow, how whatever it is to do this action that you're doing, that's you are intending to cause change, right? We go to the treadmill and walk on the treadmill because we intend that exercise to burn calories and so we lose weight, right? There are reasons that we do everything. Our interactions also all have reasons, and this is important for you to talk about with the late talker. You're going to learn about all these mistakes that potentially are happening in that video. All right, so now we've covered the astrology, we've covered the top 3 videos. Now we're going to talk about the language facilitation inspiration card that I have chosen for you this week. Now, this time I chose it specifically. I dug through the deck to find this one because in this particular card, it reminds us of one of the things that we can do when we're feeling overwhelmed, when we're feeling worried, when we're worried about things that we can't do anything about. I mean, you know, when we look at the folks in Ukraine, the vast majority of us, there's nothing that we can do. Now, we might feel it in our communities. We might feel it in our prices of things. We might have things that we used to have access to that we don't have access to because of the sanctions and the things that are happening. We could feel ourselves detaching from the people of Russia instead of supporting them when it's just their top-down people who are doing it. Remember, all of the energy that you're putting out into the world, it makes a difference. Because it's all connected. We're all connected, positive, negative energy, and just reminding you to stay positive and regroup and connect in this time, right? When we don't know what's going to go on and we don't really know what to do to help them, but what can we do, right? What can we do? We can help ourselves. And so my recommendation is this. It's a good time for tea. It's time to take a break. It's time to connect. Maybe not tune into the news so much. Maybe let all of that stuff that you have no control over play out. Tune in as you need to get updates and stuff. Send out energy and spend the time that you can do, focusing on things that you can put energy to. And the first thing to do is connect and make sure that everybody you know around you is okay. We can't hug the kids that are in Ukraine, but we can hug the ones that we see ourselves. And that is putting just as much good energy out into the universe that will help those little kids, that will help the people who are able to negotiate these conflicts, to come up with solutions that will be positive for everyone involved. And in the meantime, while they're working through the conflict, now is the time for you to connect. So it's a good time for tea. And my recommendation about this is take a coffee break or tea break, right? Find daily opportunities to take a break from work jobs or the exposure from the world or whatever, right? To reconnect over a drink or a snack. So here's the ideas that I have for you. Set aside some special biscuits, cookies, or snacks that are only available when you in special break time, like they're special break time snacks. Maybe you've been working from home or you're late talkers working, doing some online things, and you have to have them be on their own while you're working from home. Then you take a break, and that's when you reconnect together. Take a break from the TV, take a break from the news, right? Take a break from the volatile energy to connect together and talk about what connects you and not what you're worried about in the world, okay? That special time, especially with snacks, right? Who doesn't love snacks? Will motivate both you and the late talker talker to reach out. If you get a little hungry, instead of just grabbing that snack for yourself, join the late talker, invite them to have a little break with you. Instead of reading and scrolling while you're eating your chips mindlessly, talk about how you enjoy the chips. Like on this video, we've got a little special snack here. We've got a little thing. What are you having? What am I having? Oh, this tastes good. Now you can reset and recharge so that you can go back and do the work that you have to do and accomplish the things that we have to do, because life does go on. We all have things to do right now. And while we're very worried, we also are incredibly grateful that we can move on. The restrictions are opening now and people can get out and feels more safe to be out in the world and connect with each other and share energy and support each other right now, because that's what the people in Ukraine are fighting for. They're fighting to be part of the world where they can be a understood and acknowledged member of the world. And this is what your lay talker wants. They want to be understood by the world. They want to be part of it. They don't want to be isolated. They don't want to be put down. They don't want to be abused. They want to be brought out. And that requires progress, because not everybody sees late talkers the way that you do. Not everyone supports them the way you do, but you can help them. You can support them because you've got lots of resources here on the Waves of Communication channel. Okay. One last thing to remind you about, don't forget, we've got more content available for you to develop your language facilitation plan and get moving forward. Tomorrow is live Q&A day. Now, every Thursday at 11 a.m., you can join me right here, wherever you're watching this video, to learn more about language facilitation, ask questions, and, all that good stuff about getting guidance, equipment, and empowerment for you to go ahead and move forward and engage with the late talker to get your progress going yourself. That's what this platform is all about here at wavesofcommunication.com. And for those of you who are worried about the new CDC guidance and the potential changes in diagnoses and who's going to qualify or not, you definitely want to join me tomorrow, because I am going to be sharing with you 5 tips to get the right diagnosis for late talkers. We're going to be talking about what diagnosis means, why you need it, why you don't, what you can do with it, what it helps you, why it's necessary or not. We're going to be talking about some of that stuff. But in addition, these 5 tips to really help you understand yourself first, what's going on with the late talker, so that when you go to get a diagnosis, you get the correct one. And that's how you're going to find out when you join me tomorrow. And that is March 3rd for our live Q&A. And you can bring your questions then, all that good stuff. So I think that's it for now. We've covered everything for the language facilitation Q&A, or for the language facilitation energy focus for this week. Like I said, my name is Marci Melzer. I'm an intuitive speech language pathologist and language facilitation coach and consultant. And it's my intention for these energy videos to equip you to understand the environment. What is so above, as above, so below. We see it in the world. The revolution of the Pluto return to the U.S. is playing out in Ukraine and Russia right now. They're fighting for their freedoms. Everyone across the world is in solidarity, understanding that struggle. Now, we can't necessarily be part of it, but we all have our own individual ways that we are fighting through the changes to facilitate progress. And that's what we're all here to do. And I'm here to help you in this niche, in the Waves of Communication, to help your kids who are not using spoken language yet dig into the spoken language to understand what's going on in their world. And so they can learn how to use the spoken language to share the ideas so that they can contribute, not just to connect with you, but connect with everyone in the world. And that's how we all get better. That's how the world starts to heal and our new earth is coming into play. It's happening. The doors are opening planetary wise, and everyone has the opportunity to take advantage of these energies. I hope you'll do the same. I certainly am. There's lots of changes coming here on the Waves of Communication platform. Be sure to like this video. So thank you to everyone who subscribed, and subscribe if you're not. 47% of the viewers of this channel are subscribed because the videos keep coming. Every week, there's more content to equip and empower you. You can come back and get guidance. It's an interactive platform. So you're welcome to join me every week for more Q&A videos. Watch what's here on the platform. Use keywords and search for the videos you want. There's more than 450 right here for you. The energy's right for change, but you have to take the action. That's what the planets are saying right now. This is not a passive thing that's going to happen. It's up to you to be the facilitator. So I'll see you all very soon for an intuitive card reading in about 10 minutes here. At 11:30, I'll be popping on to pull some cards for the energies about our worries, about the processes, about the diagnoses, about whatever comes up. So be sure to join me on that video, and I'll see y'all then. Bye for now.